What did she say? Okay. I'll put this on screen too. Hang on. Because this is too good not to. Make sure I got everything in a row here. Okay, got it. Hopefully you guys will be able to hear this. This is funny as hell.
I sucked a dick in a football stadium full of people once. I sucked.
Her words, not mine. I'm just throwing that one out there. You guys got that? Okay, here we go. Now, this is actually a great segue here. Let's see if I can get.
No, you approached that phenomenally. Like you not having sex with me for the duration of time that you did was very important.
You thought something was wrong with me.
I'll be honest. I thought I did.
You talked to Mike about it.
I said this girl's perfect as far as I can tell. There's one unexplored venture, and I have reason to believe that there's probably something wrong with it, because if it's too good to be true, probably. No, you approach.
Women break rules for alphas and make rules for betas. Why, thank you. Shall I go on? Okay, I will. Let's see where to go. Okay, so again, where does that all come? Rollo, where does all this come from? How do we save ourselves? Well, you go back to September 23rd, 2011. Some old guy named Rollo Tomasi wrote this chestnut. Actually, let me just take myself out of here so you can see the whole thing. There you go. Okay. This was wait for it. This is actually where the Iron Rule of Tomasi number 3, the most controversial rule I've ever written. Any woman who makes Iron Rule of Tomasi number 3, any woman who makes you wait for sex or by her actions implies she is making you wait for sex. The sex is never worth the wait. When a woman makes you wait for sex, you are not her highest priority. Sexuality is spontaneous chemical reaction between two parties, not a process of negotiation. By the way, this link leads to the desire dynamic, which outlines organic, natural, genuine desire. It's sex first, then relationship, not the other way around. The woman who wants to fuck you will find a way to fuck you. She will fly across the country, crawl under barbed wire, climb in through your second-story bedroom window, the shit out of you, and wait patiently inside your closet if your wife comes home early from work. Women who want to will find a way to. The girl who tells you she needs to be comfortable and wants a relationship first is the same girl who the hot guy in the foam cannon party in Cancun on spring break just half an hour after meeting him. If you ever wanted to know where that that old chestnut comes from, September 23rd, 2011. That's why I use that. What is she always talking about? What did you have some sort of jealousy of guys in a foam cannon party somewhere in Cancun? Now, it's from the freaking book that you don't read. That's why. Freaking idiots. More than a man can take. You would know that. Should know that. Oh, this the follow-up part. If a girl is that into you, she will have sex with you regardless of ASD, which is anti-slut defense, or having her friends in the room videotaping it at a frat party. All women can be sluts. You just have to be the right guy to bring it out in them. And this happens before you go back to her place. If you have to plead your case, cuddling and spooning on the bed, or getting the occasional peck on the cheek at the end of the night, you need to go back to square one and start fresh. There you go. That's Logan Paul in a nutshell. I outlined that as how old is Logan Paul? How was he? Is he early 30s? Well, let's say this. She's 31. We know that, right? So that was 2011. So that would have been, 12 years ago? So subtract 12 years from 31. That's how old she was when I wrote that. There you go. Never shame a woman on what they can never be to you, or blame a woman for your shortcomings or failures, and never explain to a woman how they should act or behave towards you. Yep. Just do or don't. Here's a better one. Demonstrate, don't explicate. You like that? So much easier when you just like sort of boil it down to those things. Let's see. Got to you, got to you, got to you. Got to you. Are divorce rates proof that monogamy is not the best choice of relationship for men? Even after decades of marriage, couples often divorce. Really? Well, we'll just talk about that here in just a second. Hold that thought. Wandering Warrior, I'm going to keep on following Rollo's praxeology and sing Meatballs movie. Sing the Meatballs movie logo. It just doesn't matter. There you go. Thank you. I remember Meatballs. I actually remember that from the 70s. Do people who want to live stream everything with a drone following them want to become the Truman Show? Today, yes. Oh, and I just read you. I just caught you. I caught up. Thank you very much. Good. That was easy. That was easy. So when I talk about, so here's the thing that gets misconstrued about the third iron rule of Tomasi. Okay. People think that, and I understand why, because you have to tell people how to feel, right? You have to explain shit to them and like no, in black and white, no nuts and bolts, no uncertain terms, right? Because what happens is whenever people read that rule, they go, well, Rollo's telling guys to go anything on two legs. No, I'm not. That's not what it's about. It's not about the sex. People want to see that, and they see that rule and they go, oh, Rollo, I would hate to be him. He measures his ego by his notch count. No. That's not what that's about. That is about genuine desire. In fact, it's even mentioned in the rule that you never read. It's mentioned right there. Genuine desire. Shall I read it to you again? Because nobody ever picks up on this part, right? Sexuality is a spontaneous chemical reaction between two parties, not a process of negotiation. When a woman makes you wait for sex, you are not her highest priority. Women break rules for alphas, and they make more rules for betas, like Logan Paul. And what gets me about the whole thing is like, you've got Logan Paul who's kind of sitting there and just like, and he thinks he's in the right. And there's probably a million other people watching that going, oh, it's so sweet. He's forgiving her for her past. Meanwhile, she's looking at, hey, it was the right size carat of the diamond ring. Like, who isn't seeing this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Like, who isn't seeing this? Who doesn't see this happening live in real time? Hell, it takes Myron and Fresh to goof on him to like just to laugh about him and everything else. But yeah. Please try to catch up, my friend. What's going on with Myron and Fresh? You missed the first 3 hours of the show. So that said, let's move on, shall we? Because this is almost, I think, a little bit more pertinent to Logan Paul. Logan Paul is, I don't think I have much else to say about Logan Paul, except for the fact that he's a blue pill alpha, most likely beta. He is following a play. Basically, he's helping her stick the landing. That's a Dalrockism. She stuck the landing. She cashed out right as the lights were coming on at the club. 29 to 31 years old, epiphany phase. Security phase too. She's looking for security. And people want to turn it into like an episode of The Bachelor. Oh my God, man. Makes you that much more of a douchebag. Makes you that much more of an idiot, right?